These days it seems the best scary footage is often captured on security cameras. This video, uploaded to the Amma Media channel on YouTube, certainly seems to prove that point. Take a look. Judging by the timestamp, the clip was recorded a little after 2 a.m. At first, it looks like it shows some sort of creature walking into view. However, after a few seconds, you can see that it's actually a person walking backwards on all fours. The figure shuffles slowly past the camera until it eventually disappears from view. Apparently, another camera was able to catch the figure's movements, this time as it makes its way down an alleyway. Watch. As it approaches the camera, its face comes into view. It's pale and appears to have dark, sunken eyes.
Peter, would you like us to play a game?
So in Romanian mythology, there are these feminine entities known as the eel. They're only seen at night, dancing with 3 to 9 other members going around in a circle, very similar to that video. And they love to dance off of mountains, cliffs, glacial lakes, sunny meadows, and they do not like being watched. And if they catch you, they can do some pretty violent things to, be frank, are quite gory. It is said that if you see a circle burnt into the ground with no grass whatsoever, you better not pass it. And even animals walk through this circle. That is because if you do walk through that circle, you will fall ill. And though it may seem simple, just don't look at them while they're dancing. They are absolutely gorgeous to look at and are always tempting to watch. Trust me, do not watch them dance. Though the origin of the eel isn't really known, some say they were the daughters of Alexander the Great. However, some say they were undead women in the woods. But there's one thing people can agree on about the eel: everything they touch is dangerous and can kill you.
On February 28, 1989, 23-year-old schoolteacher Yumi Tanaka had just gotten home following her first day back teaching after a short 4-day vacation, and she decided that she needed to use the restroom. Now, for the purposes of this story, it's important that you know how her toilet was set up. At this time in Japan, many of the toilets were squat toilets. It's effectively just like a hole in the ground that you hover over. And this leads to a 14-inch wide pipe, which goes down to a rectangular septic tank, which goes over to another 14-inch wide pipe that comes up outside of the building, and it's got a cap on it. This way, workers can come by and they can just put a pump hose down in the pipe on the outside and suck out the human waste without ever interfering with anybody who lives in the apartment structure. So she goes in to use the restroom, and she can see down through the hole in her toilet, and she notices something very strange. It looks like a leather shoe or something like that, which means somebody might be putting trash down the pipe on the outside of her building. So she goes outside to check it out. And she is further concerned when she goes outside. She sees that the cap is off of that pipe. And she looks down in there and immediately sees a pair of bare human feet. And she screams and she almost passes out. The scream attracts a neighbor who comes over and immediately calls the police. The police show up and quickly determine that the person who is down now in her septic tank is deceased, and they cannot get him out of there. They have to call firefighters, who have to bring in an excavator to remove this person from her septic tank. It was later determined that 4 days earlier, a 26-year-old man by the name of Naoki Kano had squeezed down this 14-inch pipe. He had removed his shirt, which he had carried with him because he knew it would be cold down there because it was the middle of winter. So he had removed his shirt and his sweatshirt, and he had crawled down this 14-inch pipe, which was full of human waste, into this small rectangular septic tank, which was full of human waste. He had laid on his back, brought his knees up towards his chest, so he's almost in like a fetal position, but lying on his back, with his face directly below the hole in her toilet, so that hopefully he could watch her go to the bathroom. The problem is that the septic tank was so small that it wouldn't allow him to turn around and get back out again. Not only that, but as I said, it was the middle of winter, and especially with all the humidity coming from the human waste in this septic tank, it was about freezing. So it was about 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And eventually, Naoki, after not being able to escape, would just freeze to death inside of her septic tank. And what's more, she had left on vacation the same day he crawled in there, so he never got to even see anything.
So I had to tell you guys a story about what happened to my friend, when she was purchasing at the thrift store. So she had this crazy thing for little black, porcelain dolls. Like anything porcelain, and it was like a black figure. She loved them. So let me tell y'all. So one day, she went to the store. She was telling me, oh my gosh, I found the cutest little couple. Like it was a little set and they were black porcelain dolls. And she loved shopping at different thrift stores. And so she went in and she found this little couple. And she like, oh my gosh, I gotta have them. She said, oh, but they look a little weird, but I'ma still get them because she loved porcelain. So that's what she liked to do. So, that's what she liked to do, shop for little porcelains at thrift stores. So, oh my gosh. So, she buys the dolls. She goes home with the dolls. She calls me on the phone and she's like, I've been feeling weird. And I'm like, oh, what you mean? She's like, I'm just, I've been real tired. Her energy was just low. And it would be, because we would talk for hours at a time. And she was like, my energy just been really low. So our conversations were cut short, and she'll be like, I'll call you back, or I'll tell her, hey, get some rest. I'll talk to you in a minute. So days would go by and I wouldn't hear from her. And so one day she was just like, she had this, smelled this foul smell in her closet. Now she had pets, little dogs, and she had a cat. So I think she had 2 little dogs and a cat, because whatever. So anyway, she like, I just smelled this foul smell, and I don't know where Binky is. Binky left, and I'm scared to open up the closet because I don't know what it might be. So I'm like, girl, go ahead and, see what's going on, because that sounds weird. Hopefully he didn't get, any poison or something like that. So I think 2 days later, she called me back and she was crying really bad. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's just like, oh, I did open a closet. It was Binky in a closet. And it looks like the neck of, her little cat was like.
Aw, you're so silly putting stickers on your face. No, you killed your big sister. You can't ever laugh. It kills people. Look what you've done.
Sissy!
Here, before coming into the classroom, you must put this tape over your mouth.
Why?
It's a precaution issued by the school board, as kids are the highest risk for laughter.
I don't want to wear the tape anymore.
You must wear it.
We're just kids. He didn't do it on purpose.
Listen, kid. I saved your life. You could have died. You should be thanking me.
Oh, me. You forgot to pick me up from school.
Good evening.
Police officer.
There was an incident of laughing at your mother's work. She didn't make it. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. What's going on here? You killed Officer Brad. Uh-oh. We're gonna need backup. Did you hear? She killed 3 police officers when she was 7.
You know I can hear you, right? I was just a kid. I was traumatized from my mom just passing away. I couldn't control it.
You're a murderer. A psycho.
I can't listen to this any longer.
Hey, are you okay? I can't believe what they're saying about you.
I'm used to it.
Want to hang out after school? There's somewhere I want to show you. We're almost there.
Where are you taking me?
We're here.
In the middle of nowhere?
You know those 3 police officers you killed? One of them was my dad.